I have always loved mid-century modern houses, but in the past I found them a little bit hard to build in The Sims 4, just because most of the time in real life they'll have lots of angled glass windows and we just couldn't really achieve it in the game. But now with the glass wall update, I think there's a lot of potential here for this style of house. So today we are going to try to build a very mid-century style house in The Sims using those new glass walls. This is only a 20 by 15 lot, so I might have to move the house if it gets too big, but I'm just gonna try to start throwing something together and we'll see how it goes. I had kind of pictured the roof being shaped a little bit like this. I might even have a bit of an overhang because the front door could go right here. This is very classic, obviously. And maybe we could put a chimney in here somehow. I might not use a full wall. I could put a half wall right there. Oh, that's too big. But we could do something kind of like that. Maybe it should be a taller half wall. Yeah, I don't want to be able to see the brick, so let's put it like that. So I guess the front door would be right in this little area. We could probably have some kind of cute fence or something around it just to have a little bit more of a porch or something. I don't really know if I like this fence though, so maybe I'll come back to that. Also, in real life, a lot of times they'll have this part like extended out. It's just usually maybe a little bit different angled, or maybe at least a little bit taller, and then this is like a carport, but I just don't know if that's gonna work for us because I don't really want to make the walls that tall, but I do love the idea of a carport. Like, that is so cool to me. I just don't think that this is the day. I am gonna put some landscaping in there, and then I might make this part a little bit bigger for some landscaping too. I mean, maybe we could do that instead of putting some sort of fence. I wonder if we could extend it like that and have the porch be a little bit bigger. For the outside, I was picturing a lot of wood, dark colors like gray and black, and also stone, like stone fireplace, maybe wood accents on this part. I don't really like this though. Maybe it should go back to how it was before. This being only one tile kind of throws it off. Maybe over here we could put some sort of little bump out. I'm wondering about putting like, oh, this might be weird, I don't know. I was gonna say I was wondering about putting something like this, but I mean, it's very much like the rest of Oasis Springs. Oasis Springs loves that kind of roof line. Okay, I've been talking a lot about the glass walls. I haven't actually put them in yet. So this is kind of an example of what I meant. I really like how it looks when you put the glass up inside of the roof. We just haven't been able to do that this entire time, like throughout the entire history of The Sims 4. So it's kind of fun to be able to now, but I am a little bit unsure of how much of it I want to use, because I think that maybe having like this whole part be glass could be nice. Oh, I wish I could drag that up. Maybe I shouldn't use the columns then. What I would kind of like to have is the glass like just in the middle, like just right here. And I wish I could have the wallpaper on top just right there as well. But you can't do that and have the roof line work. Like, I can't just paint this part of it. It's all or nothing with the roof. What if I extended this? Makes the front door pretty small. Is there even a door that I would like that I could put in there? We have some things like that. Oh no, go back, go back, go back, go back, back. That is honestly like the exact color scheme that I want, because I want to have wood like that on this part. Is that the right shade of wood? Maybe I should look at it inside so I can see the color. No, it wasn't. I actually don't think that any of them match, so that's pretty cool. I love The Sims 4. Isn't that fun when they give you an item that has nothing that matches it? I would be okay with a colorful front door too, but maybe we should stick to this for now. I guess I'll use the wallpaper instead of windows. And we'll just do it everywhere. If I put this all the way around here, that's like too much glass. It's pretty heavy glass on just that side. Maybe it would be nicer if we flipped it around then and we had that part over here instead. Because then I could do the full glass thing, but it wouldn't be like all the glass in just one part of the build. It's kind of spaced out and spread out a little bit more. I do think maybe it should be a little smaller. Oh, no, never mind. How much does this lot cost? If we're not gonna put any windows, this could be a starter home. I didn't really even think about it like that, but that's kind of an interesting strategy to save money, because you have to pay for like half as much stuff this way. Do you think I could put a patio out here and extend this out like that? I'll probably change the color of the columns, and maybe it should be a little bit smaller because it's a bit too wide right now. That could be kind of cool as a way to have some sort of outdoor covered space. We could possibly even put a half wall in there and have it be like a fenced in backyard. Maybe this could have a gate. We want it to be short enough that it is like the correct height for this, but some of these gates I just don't like. Like this one has blue. Are there really even any other glass gates? Oh, this one could be nice. That one is from Get Together. I can just lower this so it matches the right height. Yeah, we'll make it black too, so it'll blend in with the fence. Okay, let's paint this all wood. I'm gonna have to change the columns to be black as well. You know, I was a little bit worried about this being super small. We kind of talked about that in the beginning of the video, how I was nervous that the lot was a little bit tight, but I think that makes it fun. I really like small houses in The Sims because they're so cozy. I wonder if we, okay, this is a little bit of a stretch. This is no longer a starter home if we do it like this. But I wonder if we could have like some kind of window well. Oh, this could be a glass wall too. Oh wait, no, hold on. Not when it's into the void. But we could extend that down there so that you could have lights, and we could have a second bedroom in the basement somehow. Let me get these columns up. See, it looks nicer when it's plain like that. I think we'd probably just do a metal roof. Maybe not this metal roof. This one is Get Famous. It's not really black though. I do kind of like that color. I guess I'll put a really low half wall right here, because that way nobody will fall into the basement by accident somehow. I think the basement can be at least this big, because I might like to have a door down here. See, this door is from high school years, and it's not really the vibes, but it does come in similar colors to what we're trying to do. Do we want some kind of sliding glass door? I hate how they don't really match the color scheme. I wish that this door, where'd it go? This one from Eco Lifestyle, I wish that it came in a true black, because this is like black and gray, or like mostly just gray, honestly. And then this is what the black swatches in game look like. You see how different that is? It doesn't even have plain white. The white has like a wood inside, like a light wood color, which is nice, but I wish I had that swatch and also one that was only white, because it's a little bit easier to use that way. I'm just gonna finish painting the rest of the exterior real quick. I know that I want some kind of stone texture to put on this. I know it's kind of hard to see the color scheme because the lighting's a bit weird on this lot. That's kind of what I was thinking for right there. And then I thought maybe like a dark gray or even almost a black color. This is like a vertical wood siding. I mean, I don't really know about that actually. You probably want horizontal. The problem with the vertical is that when you stack it on top of each other, like right here, it doesn't line up with the roof. It like stretches a little bit, so it starts to line up and then it doesn't quite anymore. That is less obvious when you have horizontal, like you can't see the vertical lines not matching. I don't know if using this siding makes it stand out too much against the wood. So maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should do like a stucco. It could be a little bit of a lighter color as stucco too. It doesn't have to be so dark. I think maybe the roof should be darker then. This is the Eco Lifestyle one. Wow, it's very shiny. Okay, maybe not that. This is just the base game one. Yeah, it's a stronger color. There's also one from Island Living. I like the texture on this though, but does it seem too one note with the color? God, I have such an overthinking problem with this kind of thing. Let me just start figuring out the floor plan. We can come back to that. I think this should be the bathroom because it's nice. There's no windows, so it's kind of like an easy place to tuck the bathroom in. We could definitely have a bedroom right here. There could maybe even be an extra bedroom right there. I'm thinking the kitchen could go along this wall a little bit. There could be a dining table here. This is the living room. There's 2 bedrooms upstairs. If I kind of tried to tuck, oh no, can you go around like this? If I kind of tried to put a staircase right here, what do we think about that? Like, how do we feel? There could be another bathroom downstairs this way. I would love it if I could remove the ceiling of just that one little tile. I don't actually know if I even can do that. Oh, I guess we'd probably want to put that there. Can I remove the ceiling now? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that looks all right. It's kind of cool. I could make that angled. It is a little bit tight if that's gonna be the living room. Maybe this is better as the living room then. We're gonna figure out some sort of Get Famous rug. Let me just put a couple things down so we can see it. That's kind of what I mean though. Can I scoot this over? Is that so bad? I might need to do a smaller one because I really want to have, oh, and maybe it should be spa day. This is not a starter home and it's gonna have so many packs. I apologize in advance, but maybe the kitchen could go right here. We can kind of wrap it around like that a little bit. And there could be a small, like emphasis on small dining table right in that area. If we really, really wanted to, we could also potentially just extend the whole place a little bit more. We've got the space in the back of the lot and it makes the backyard a little bit bigger right here. So that's probably better. Then I have more kitchen space and space for a dining table. Yeah, let's do it like that. Oh, we could even make this bedroom bigger then. Never mind, backyard's not bigger. I made the bedroom a little bigger. I think I'll just use a plain black door. I guess this will be a nice huge bathroom downstairs. There could be an office like right here. I could put a little desk. I could also use the same door again. This one has more light, so it's probably better. Get some more glass going into this room. For the flooring, I'm going back and forth a lot on what we should use. I always did like this because it's kind of like cork, so it's like true to form for a mid-century house, but I don't really like how it looks in the game. I don't really think that we're even building a true mid-century house anymore either. I feel like at this point it's more like a renovated one. It's giving more modern than mid-century modern in some ways, and that's fine, but it does kind of change my plans for the decor. I'm gonna do some open shelving in the kitchen like that. God, I gotta go back to the the floor. I keep jumping around. I do this when I'm not sure about something. Like, I wasn't sure about landscaping, so I was like, okay, let's go do the floor plan. And then I wasn't sure about the floor, so I was like, okay, let's start decorating the kitchen. But we have to pick a floor texture. This is serious. Maybe we do this one. This is the businesses and hobbies one. I do like that dark wood. Ooh, see, I want bar stools that have color, but I also really like that shape. What kind of color are we talking? This one actually sort of inspires me. Oh, wait a minute. If we had like a deep blue sofa, this is where John Lothario's kit comes in, honestly. Doesn't this come in a blue leather? Oh, wow. Okay, that I think is the color scheme. The blue, orange, and brown with like some black accents. Oh, we need a record player. That's a necessity. I guess I'm gonna use a lot of John Lothario's kit. I didn't really mean to. That guy weasels his way into everything, doesn't he? Part of me is like, I need to have this mid-century credenza thing from Get Famous, because Get Famous has some great furniture for this. Even like this thing would be so good for the dining room. Oh, I think I'm gonna use this. Let's put that downstairs. That's cool, right? We have like dressers and bookshelves and stuff too. Those are the matching swatch, by the way. Same swatch, totally different color scheme. That might work for inside of the living room. And then maybe we could get like our own custom, no. That's not gonna work. I didn't like how that one looked. What do you think about me layering this together? Can you tell that it's clipping? When it's in black, I don't think the overlap is actually that bad, because I just don't want it to be full 3 tiles. It's too wide. This isn't so bad if it's this width. Should I scoot the whole thing over just a little bit? That gives you a little bit more walking space. I think I should. I'm looking at another kit. I'm so sorry. I can't help it. This is the refined living room kit. The furniture is just too good to pass up. I wonder if that rug might work for the dining room. We could definitely get a couple pieces of art from this kit too. I like these because they're similar but slightly different. Oh, we can use some of the decor from the kit as well. That comes in blue, that's good. I want some kind of large plant in the corner. I'm just not really sure how big I'm thinking, because this one's a little small. When you start getting into the bigger ones, I don't like the base of this one as much. Oh, you know what I can use are the houseplants. Oh, not up there, I guess. This is my first time using one of the houseplants in a normal build. Anyway, this is like way too big. That won't work. This one is way too big at the top. So maybe this is just the best option. Maybe in the end, we just stick to that one all along. Or should I switch them around? This one's a little bit smaller, so that might fit better next to this. Okay, that could be by the front door, and then this one could be over here. That works. Okay, this isn't gonna work. I guess this table could go, oh. There's just not a lot of room, is there? Maybe I don't like this. I wanna like it, but I don't know if I do. Maybe we get a big mirror over this instead. Oh, that actually just gave me the idea for a fireplace. Because this is so high up, I'm thinking, what about a fireplace instead? Except I don't really like how any of them look, so that may be false alarm on that idea. I don't know. Yeah, no. I really wish you could lower the mirrors. You can raise them up, but you can't lower them. And I really wish you could, because sometimes I just want to be able to change the height of it a little bit. Okay, using this Get Famous glass table. These are just base game chairs. I'm kind of considering those as an option. Oh, here's another plant option for us to try. This one is from Businesses and Hobbies. That could probably work over there. This is the plant from my kit. I'm gonna put that on the dining table. This is the sleek bathroom kit, this light, but I'm gonna use that above the dining table too. It's kind of lacking in that orange tone over here. Does this come in orange? Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, maybe we could do the mirror above this, and I could get some kind of orange art. I don't really like how that looks above it though. Maybe it just needs another house plant. I had a lot of issues with the house plants in early access, but since the pack has come out, I have not had those same issues. I think they fixed them for release, so we could try that. I think that makes this look weird though. Well, here's one way to get some of the orange. We use that whole giant thing. It comes in like a dark blue. Maybe I do that instead, because that looks okay together. You know, we have not yet started at all to put any of the wallpaper in. Should I try this blue color, or is that too much? Also, what if I use the Get Famous chair? Because Get Famous has like the matching chair color. I don't really think I like that though. Is there anything else? Maybe this one, because it has some of the leather. The texture on that is just really something else. Maybe I use the more solid one instead of the really textured one. Oh, I think I prefer that actually. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I do have to move these out of the way just so I can get stuff on the shelves. You're in the clutter category? That's my first time seeing that after unlocking it from the event. I don't know if I agree with that, but okay. Oh, also I need a sink. For the record, I didn't forget about the sink. I just was planning on adding it once we started properly decorating the house, though it does seem like I forgot about the sink. I'm gonna put it over here, I think. Oh, you were probably yelling at the screen. I do that a lot where when I'm laying out the space, I put the stove and the fridge because those are like the main fixtures, and then I think of the sink as being more like the decor, even though obviously a sink is a very useful and also necessary item, but I usually end up putting it in once I actually decorate the kitchen versus the stove goes in when I'm laying out where the kitchen's gonna fit. We can do some mugs. That's from the Everyday Clutter Kit. This is just like a little box from Dream Home Decorator. How about some of the kitchen clutter kit, like those bowls, maybe some utensils. This is, I think, supposed to be like diaper clutter, but maybe we just try it like that with a couple of boxes. I think that's pretty nice. I'll get a fire alarm over there. All right, let's see about some of the stone accents in a couple of places too. Very strangely, it does not want to let me place a wallpaper right there. Must be applied, what? To the walls of a room, stair, or roof? Oh, okay. Hey, I don't know, but it worked, so I'm just not gonna talk about it anymore. Let's just accept that as it is, okay? Let's not mess with it too much. Maybe I should put a column at the end of this tile, I don't know. Okay, this is the wood paneling. I don't really think I wanna use that inside anywhere. I also don't think I like this color. This is more of the blue that I would use if I were to use a bright blue color. But what I think maybe it actually needs is just brown. Not to be too boring, but like some kind of creamy, lightish color. We put that on most of the walls. This does come in orange if we wanted to try and bring in some more of that. Oh, I actually really like how that looks. I never use that color. I could probably count on one hand the number of times that I've done that. You know what I forgot? I'm so silly. I needed to have a bathroom door right here. Oh, you were probably yelling at the screen about that too. Don't worry, I got there in the end. I did think about making it as an ensuite bathroom, but I just don't know if I liked how the door looks in the corner. And I would like to have a bathroom upstairs that everybody can access. Like, I don't really want to have the only bathroom be in the basement. Oh, but I really want this. I really, really, really want this record player. Oh no. Maybe it should just be an ensuite bathroom. Well, I'm sticking to it. I'm gonna let it be an ensuite bathroom. Like, I really want to have a window inside of this bathroom. I know we have no windows on the whole house so far, so it's like kind of brave of me to break that streak, but I think I want to have one. This is kind of what I was thinking for the layout. I don't love the toilet being directly in front of the door, but oh well. I honestly have done worse things in Sims builds, so it's okay. We can make do with that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should have used this tile everywhere. Like this in the kitchen. This is from Sleek Bathroom. That looks like 10 times cooler. Let's try that in the basement too. Maybe I'll use a bunch of Sleek Bathroom in the basement bathroom then. I'm gonna get some clutter. Toilet bowl cleaner. The towels right here would be a nice touch. Maybe it's better in gold then. Only problem is this doesn't have gold on the faucet, but we could probably just make do with that. I don't really like that thing. That kind of fits with the color scheme of the house. This is probably nice. Okay, here's kind of my starting layout for this bathroom downstairs. I'm gonna use a couple of things that we had upstairs, like probably the same sinks and stuff. Once again, the toilet is like directly in front of the door. I can't escape it. I wanna try something behind this toilet and like put this fake wall there, because we can kind of hide the actual toilet inside of said fake wall, and then I can put clutter on top of it. There's this base game picture, this thing. I want to put that on here. I think that's pretty cool for the bathroom downstairs. This is a really fancy bathroom. Can you believe that I said the word starter home out loud earlier? What was I even talking about? Who do I think I am? This was never gonna be a starter home. Okay, this desk is from high school years. I think I'm gonna try it right here. I'm also gonna get a pretty nice expensive computer. Will this rug work in a different color? Well, I could try this one. Okay, cool, cool, cool. This does not have any matching wood tones, but I guess I'll just use that one. I'm putting some of the refined living room decor on that. And then I was thinking about using maybe 2 of these. We could do it in a couple different colors. I also think the thermostat could be good down here because they could just be on this wall, kind of tucked away. Oh, I think that this wall should be like the wood color, same as all the other fences. Let's get a couple trellises there. What kind of stone floor would be out here? I feel like it needs to be kind of like a modern looking pavement, almost like that, actually. I could use those in the front too. That works. Oh, weird. Look at the angle right there. Does it always do that with the glass wall? That one paints, but this one doesn't. See that? Goes around the corner. This one won't go around the corner. Feels like we're all kind of still learning how the glass walls work. So there's always little things like that. Okay, 3 bedrooms. I think this upstairs one is gonna be the primary bedroom. There is really not a lot of space, so we're gonna have to get a little creative. I might use that same rug again, just because I like the color of it. And then honestly, I think maybe the last thing we can put is just like some kind of full-length mirror. Maybe I should have an even smaller plant. Oh, it could be like a hanging plant. That way we can still have something in that side of the room, but not have it take up too much space. Let's try a fancy light again too. We gotta take advantage of the ceiling because there's not much other room. I think that has to be the whole bedroom. You know what? Maybe I could just extend this out. I was kind of trying to be brave and not make the roof look too big, but it would be nice to have a slightly bigger patio, wouldn't it? I'm I'm doing it again where I'm jumping around. Stop with the backyard. Finish the kids' rooms, Kayla. Okay. So in this kid's room, I want to have some kind of single bed. This one's a fun color because it has that like yellowy orange tone to it. Maybe we try that. I just swapped this chair out with a better, like more office-like chair. And then in this room, I'm sort of picturing this being like a teenager's room. I think I'll use the computer from my kit. I think just in general, some of the Comfy Gamer kit stuff could be nice in here. Maybe they have the alarm clock. I might want to put a couple things on this table with the alarm clock. Oh, they could have some video game posters too. My Sims Kingdom, Sims 3. My 2 favorite Sims games. I'll give them, they can have the PC tower as well. Maybe we mix in like tiny living here for a little bookshelf. Oh, I kind of laid out this room a little bit weird, didn't I? Yeah, it's like with the bed not being up against the wall, I was trying to be special and do something cool, but I think it actually just looks kind of weird. So let's try that again. Let's put the bed in the corner properly, and they can have the rug underneath their bed. This is like a really tall and skinny wardrobe from the base game. I like that because it's so little, so it kind of just fits anywhere you need it to. Oh, maybe I could use this chair. No, I like the yellow on it, but I don't think that it fits there. I think if we're gonna do that, it should be like a poof or something. Maybe they could have a hanging plant. I'm trying to bring in more of the dark colors, so I put that stone on this wall. I'm gonna get a full-length mirror too. All right, last room, the kids' bedroom downstairs. I'm gonna try and pick another bed in a swatch that I don't really use very often. This one from Dream Home Decorator has like blue and orange together on it, so maybe I'll use that. Is that kind of like what this is? Maybe this is more the right swatch. Okay, let's try that. So we'll have like some matching blue furniture. Oh, maybe I could do the bunk bed. I haven't used this bunk bed in a while. I like how that looks. This dollhouse is pretty good for this room too. It has the right color scheme. See, this is like very yellow and this is very orange, but I want to use it because I like that little cloud thing. This is from My First Pet stuff. I really shouldn't do that. I've got like no business using My First Pet stuff in this room. Here's a little bit of eco lifestyle. I really want to have that drawing table. I like the drawing table so much for gameplay. Maybe I won't use that My First Pet stuff thing. Let's look at like kids' room stuff. Oh, these posters are so good. Maybe they could have the Void Critter poster too. Here's a cool robot. Why doesn't, oh, I guess it comes in kind of an orange. Not really. They can have a rocket ship lamp. Okay, do any of the orangey wallpapers we have even match this at all? Not really. This one could be kind of cool on this wall because it's like multicolored. Let's do a cork board. They can collect postcards. I'll put some on it too. I'll just get a couple of them. Trying to avoid My First Pet stuff because I just went to great lengths to get rid of My First Pet stuff in this room. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I don't like that solid orange wall. Maybe we could put a bookshelf over here. Oh, how about this growing together one is nice. Okay, I think that's the whole interior of the house done. Now we have the backyard and like landscaping and stuff to finish. I think I will do the landscaping first. So I'm putting a couple of trees out here. Oh, oops. I just realized I messed that up. Look, the roof looked terrible. I need to drag this out like that. The lighting is always bad. It's always in shadows. I think I will just use this little guy and I'll put that kind of right in the front. Well, no, maybe I don't like that. How do you look really sized down? Oh, see, that's better to me in that little space. I just put some roof right there. Oh, you know what we should do is delete this under part of the roof. Look, if I just delete this, then when you look at the glass, it goes all the way up. I don't love that the wall isn't all the way up. Like in an ideal world, this wall would go to right there. I wonder if that could be fixed. Oh no, because it's dual-sided. It paints the glass on both parts. Let's not dwell on that too much, okay? It'll just make us feel sad. Okay, what about that? For the little front yard, I have just some daisies in there. They could probably be a nice orangey color. We are in the desert, so I'm trying to be a little bit conscious of that and not put like too much landscaping. Let's get the mailbox. This is the one in all of the Oasis Springs builds, so I'll use that right there. Oh, you know what might work kind of well is that new Enchanted by Nature plant, like this one, because it kind of just looks like a potted leafy thing. So we could try that by the front door, like off to the side. Maybe I'll use another one of those in the back. You know what? I don't like this giant door. I just had an idea. I would like to have a proper outdoor kitchen. Is there a bar that matches that? I know there's a spa day bar, but isn't it huge? I don't really want the huge one. Oh yeah, ugh. Sorry, I didn't mean to have such a visceral reaction to that. I just don't like it. Maybe I won't do the bar then, but we can definitely put a pizza oven because that would be pretty nice to have out here. See, I can put the base game sliding door instead of the eco lifestyle one, and we can put it twice, and that way it can still be centered and it takes up less space so it's not like too close to this thing. Oh, I need a trash can too. I'll just put that back here. See, now I'm kind of wondering if I should have used the perfect patio stuff just so I could have a real bar. Then we could do bar stools instead of some kind of dining table out here. I can put a couple planter boxes so you can grow some things. And then maybe just like a telescope. I know I keep saying this, but I just don't really want to have too much back here. Maybe you should go, oh, how about over there where it's like more tucked away? Okay, we could do like a card table in the basement. I've always liked the idea of the card table, but the colors are always not good. Why does the base game one only have 3 swatches? This is one of those things that needs a swatch update. Because I'll sit here and be like, oh, we need the rugs to get a swatch update. We need the beds to get a swatch update. And like, yeah, desperately. But there's also so much stuff in the base game that has basically no swatches. So this is a good example of one of those things that really needs it. Honestly, even more than beds do. Would I rather they do a bed update? Yes. But I also think that some of this stuff is in dire need of help. Maybe I'll just do 3 chairs because it's kind of tight down here. We can then stick it against the corner and I'll use this again too. Oh, cute. Okay. Well, I think the house might be done. I'm gonna move a sim here so I can have better lighting and then I'll put it on the gallery. I mean, we'll see if better lighting even exists on this lot. This is like 6 a.m. This is a little bit better. It's a little bit less in the shadows. Okay, well, it cost 71,000 simoleons, so it's not a starter home. I'm so scared to see how many packs it has. Like, actually terrified. Oh, it's a whole page. 2 whole pages. Oh, it's on the 3rd page. And look how many of them are kits. Oh God, it's 3 pages. Just barely 3 pages. It's like 2 pages plus 1. But look how many of them are kits. I'm terrible. And a lot of these packs have just like 1 item. Like 1 hanging plant from Paranormal Stuff. But it was worth it because it looks cute, right? But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you think we should try to do a starter home with no windows, but actually it's just the glass walls. Because I think that actually has some potential to save us some good money. But I think with that, I am gonna wrap this video up right here. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. You know, I don't love the sliding doors. I liked the bigger one better, at least the look of the bigger one better, but I think that these fit better, so I don't know. Hopefully you don't hate it, because I'm staring at it still right now and I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have changed it.